Hey, what's everyone doing? It's February 1st. It's like day 4 of our 30-day challenge. Walking to my usual spot, with a scarf and hot, and it's pretty still kind of cold. And just want to stop and talk because I think it's boring to always talk where sitting down. But yeah, let's talk about marketing. So what's on today's topic? I was trying to basically figure out what to talk today on the way here, and my way and a lot of the things is approaching a client or getting through the interview process, and sometimes that's a job of itself. And once you get to that point, they still want proof of your results and your previous work and stuff like that, the showcase. And hopefully these videos will, sorry, there's a bug on my phone. Hopefully these videos will, put some light onto that, where I don't have to write down on a resume, or to me a resume is still 1.0. When the employer asks me, or a client asks me for a resume, I know that's a bad sign right there. So but anyhow, getting back to that, well, sometimes you have to tell your employer. I think a face-to-face is probably the best way to approach, your past work experience. And your work experience is based on, a lot of things. And a lot of things has to deal with, what kind of experience have you had in the past? Has it been SEO, SEM, media buys, conversion rate optimization techniques? There's a lot of things that, you could get into to, basically prove yourself, and that's pretty hard for me. And then when you get to that proving stage, there's the billing stage, and there's if it's going to be a contractor or you want to be an employer or anything like that. Not employer but employee. But yeah, there's a lot to it, and it's a job of its own too. It takes up a lot of time, and sometimes I get tired of it myself too. That, hey, I have to go through this whole process with each and every one over and over again. So I'm trying to quicken that process up and basically have it where, here's my experience, and micro focus on my experience. Not my experience, I noticed in the past, has been way too broad, and that's why I get to the table, I just fumble. So, and we're trying to resolve that. Basically, it's a pretty cool tree behind here that de-rooted. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's a pretty cool tree. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, it's over there. But anyhow, sometimes you get tired of the same routine. Where's your resume? Where's your LinkedIn profile? What's your past experience? Hey, that shouldn't matter, because we've done it over and over again. And so now I'm going into 2017, and I'm getting old in the age of marketing and myself. And right now, basically, I need to try to figure out what my specialty is. And I notice a lot of marketers, when you go on their website, they have their experience is so broad. It's like SEO, okay, what about SEO? What type of SEO do you do? You know, or PPC, it's PPC. See, here it is. Here's that, we'll do it because it's not going to be here. See that? That's pretty crazy. But yeah. But anyhow, back to the main topics. But PPC is so broad. Media buying is so broad. And what part of the process do you do it at? Do you do it at the agency level? Do you do it at the micro level with small businesses? Do you do it for an employer? This for them, for their, product or service? There's a lot to it. And so, 2017, I said to myself, well, we're already 1 month in, it's February 1st already. And what I need to do, I need to micro focus on a specific thing in marketing, because my marketing experience is way too broad. And I know that out there. So, but, I'm going to have to figure it out of how to micro focus it where it's one specific thing and go from there. And that is probably what I need to do. So let's think about that. What am I good at and what I like to do? What I like to do automation tools with social media. That means expanding your social media with Twitter, and Instagram, and Facebook, and and this other tools out there that where I can expand your social base. And I think that's important, because when I do PPC marketing for you, and when I capture the audience for you, you're going to have to put them through a funnel, through a social media, through something. You can't just do media buys and just basically just have it a one-time deal. You need a funnel and that funnel is social media. Well, I'm just reading a message that just came in. Anyhow, but where was I? Okay, social media. So I guess my biggest my specialty right now I like to do is automation tools with social media, and that's Twitter automation with its and the way I mean by that, automation is to expand, to grow your social media base, to pump content into it, to pump followers into it. You need content to have a engagement going on your social media, or people are just going to fall off and forget about you. If you have one interesting piece of content per couple of hours to keep different audiences engaged in your social media, I bet your ROI will grow faster than anything else that you're doing right now for media. Of course you need media buys, but but the ROI, you get the lifetime. I'm talking about the customer lifetime value, and that's different acronyms for that is CLTV or LTV, lifetime value. Different people, different B2B people have different acronyms for it. I'm not going to go into that, but yes, this is a DC. Isn't that cool? The DC little warm thing for my head. But anyhow, yeah, that's the most important thing. And a lot of people forget about that. They do tons of PPC buying, tons of medium buying, but they forget about that little social media piece. To me, what sells me when I go to your company's website, I go straight to your social media. And you're not rocking on social media, you're like, I bounce because I probably won't add you, and I probably won't I think you're just a dud, because I don't have time right now to go in depth into your product, but in the future I may. So that's, but we have that connection. And if we have that connection, later on, I'm going to come back to you and read about you when you spit out content from my face that's correlated to something that I need, and that's real easy to get. Like, let's do an example. I was doing live streaming for a live streaming app, and I was putting sports, because a lot of people love to live stream sports. So I would get all the sports scores and tweet them on social media. I would tweet or put pictures of, gossip. When people watch sports, they love to hear about the gossip about the players, and that's me, and so in the future, I was like, it's not, you're not going to get that sale today. People are busy in their lives. They're not going to go and complete the purchase today in your product or service or wherever you're trying to do. You have to nurture that person, that you have to nurture that content. You have to nurture that relationship with them. You just don't go to a bar and think you're going to sleep with the girl that same night unless she's a hooker, and you and that's why we call it, in the locker room. I'm not supposed to say this, but there's a lot of hookerism out there in marketing. You just don't go to the bar and just pick up on a girl and just tell her, hey, you're beautiful, I want to have sex with you. No, it doesn't work like that, because you're going to get slapped. Well, if she's not a hooker, but if she's a decent girl, she would probably slap the shit out of you. But anyhow, like, back to my point, is that, okay, back to the bar thing, because since that's fun and people like to listen to that. If you like to, how would you say, nurture that relationship with that girl after the bar, and this is a good pickup line. It's like, hey, you walk in with a tennis racket at the bar. I know it's kind of weird, and say, hey, you must play tennis because it's a fun game. And even if she does say, hey, I have a boyfriend, and remember, we're all nurturing this relationship. So say, hey, if you don't have we'll let you go play tennis with you or a special someone. And that tells you right there, like right there, you can nurture that relationship. If she says, yes, I could go to tennis with you, and that, or you find something in common with that girl at the bar instead of just doing hookerism with your content. I know this might be confusing, but it sure is funny. But anyhow, if you nurture that relationship with that girl, so you go out into tennis with her and said, hey, maybe we should go out to the lake tomorrow. And when you go out to the lake, you kiss her. You don't kiss her, but you talk about your family and life and stuff like that. And maybe you kiss her, and then the third date, then you said, hey, unless she's available, just on that third date, you maybe could kiss her and go all the way. So, and that's the same with content. You need to nurture that content. So right there, you nurture that relationship with that girl to actually have sex with her. So, but it takes 3 or 4 dates to do that. So you can't just go and that's the same way content works too. So anyhow, back to that. So let's say she has a boyfriend. So we'll say, hey, bring your boyfriend. I could bring my friend and we could play doubles. So if you could play doubles with her, and next time she'll probably bring her friend, her girlfriend who is a friend, her friend who is a girl on the next match. Let's say hopefully her boyfriend's busy, but sometimes it's best to always have friends who are girls too, because they can always, girls who are friends with you, fuck, I messed it up. But anyhow, this is live and this is raw, so this is good for the audiences out there. But I'm just saying, like it's always good to have girls who friends with girls too. I should say it like that. Okay, there he is. Friends with girls too. But you know what I'm saying. But if you do that, you know, eventually, if she has friends who are single, and she will love, and if she likes you, she will hook you up with them. So that is one way to get into a relationship with a girl, and be her friend first, and see if she has other friends, and explore her community. And that's how you explore content. You have to explore that, you know, you're basically, you know, you're gutting a fish. I don't know if you guys ever gut a fish. Gutting a fish is like gross. Well, for some people who don't like fish, but you know, sometimes gutting a fish is really bad, you know, but you get to see what that fish was up to, you know, what he was eating, if he was eating other fish or was he eating other seaweed and stuff like that. So that's exploring, like, your relationship. It's the same, you know, similar. Exploring a relationship with a girl is exploring her life and her community. So you get to see who she hangs out with, who her friends are. She probably has lifelong friends who are single. So, and that's the same with content. You know, your content, and we will get into other videos about what other content engines to get into. Like, and content is a whole different video. I know we're going overtime with this video, but we're gonna cut it short right now. Come and watch me. Please like my YouTube videos, and just cut this one right now. All right, see you later. Bye. Hope you guys learned a lot.